You already know what it feels like. You're in a conversation, and you have something important to say, something real, something you genuinely believe in, and the words just don't come out right. The other person looks at you with that blank stare, or worse, they nod politely while clearly thinking about something else entirely. And you walk away feeling invisible, feeling like no matter how much you know, no matter how much you care, it never quite translates into the impact you were hoping for. That feeling is one of the loneliest feelings in the world. And here is what nobody tells you. It is not a you problem. It is a skill problem. And skills can be learned. The research on human communication is staggering. Studies consistently show that people who communicate effectively earn more, lead better, maintain healthier relationships, and report significantly higher levels of happiness and fulfillment. We are talking about a single skill set that touches every corner of your life. Your career, your family, your friendships, your sense of self-worth. So stay with me through this entire video, because what we are about to go through is going to fundamentally shift the way you think about every conversation you ever have from this point forward. And if you want to go even deeper after this, we have related programs linked down below in the video description. You should probably check those out sooner rather than later, because the people who take action early are always the ones who see results first. Most people will watch this video, nod along, and do absolutely nothing with it. That is their choice. But if you are different, that link is there for you. Now let us get into it. The number one reason most people struggle to communicate effectively is not that they are bad speakers. It is that they are thinking about themselves while the other person is talking. You are halfway through their sentence and you are already rehearsing your response. You are mentally editing your next point. You are calculating how you will sound. And meanwhile, the person in front of you can feel it. They can sense you are not fully present. And the moment someone feels like they are not truly being heard, the connection dies. True listening is not passive. It is an act of discipline and intention. World-class communicators, therapists, negotiators, the most influential leaders across industries, they all share one foundational habit. They listen to understand, not to respond. The difference sounds small, but it changes everything. Here is how you practice this starting today. When someone is talking to you, your only job in that moment is to understand what they are really saying. Not just the words, but the emotion underneath them. What are they actually trying to communicate? What do they need you to know? When you start listening at that level, people feel it instantly. They lean in, they open up, they trust you, and your responses become sharper, more relevant, more powerful, because they are built on genuine understanding. But listening is just the foundation. The next layer is how you actually speak. Most people communicate in conclusions. They state what they think or what they want without giving the other person a path to walk there with them. This is why people shut down. This is why arguments escalate. This is why your best ideas get dismissed in meetings. You are jumping to the destination without taking anyone on the journey. The most effective communicators in the world, the ones who close deals, who lead movements, who change minds, they build a bridge first. They start with what the other person already believes, already feels, already values, and they walk them forward from there. When someone feels like your idea already aligns with something they care about, resistance melts. Here's a practical way to do this. Before you make any important point, ask yourself, what does this person already care about? What matters to them? Then frame your message through that lens. You are not manipulating them. You are being considerate. You are communicating in their language instead of your own. Now here is where the real transformation happens and where most people never go. Body language and tone carry somewhere between 65 and 90% of your actual message depending on the situation. Think about that. The words you choose might only account for a fraction of what the other person actually receives, which means you could have the perfect words and still lose the conversation entirely if your tone is flat, defensive, or closed off. The most powerful thing you can do to improve your nonverbal communication is to slow down. When you slow your speech down deliberately, something remarkable happens. You signal confidence. You signal certainty. You force the listener to pay closer attention because slower speech carries weight. Fast speech signals anxiety. Slow, measured speech signals authority. Pair that with open body language, uncrossed arms, relaxed shoulders, direct but comfortable eye contact, and you have a physical presence that communicates trustworthiness before you have even finished your first sentence. People have literally changed their careers, their relationships, their entire social lives by mastering this one layer alone. Now let us talk about something that most communication advice never touches. The cost of staying where you are. Think about the last time a missed conversation cost you something real. Maybe it was a job opportunity you did not get because you fumbled the interview. Maybe it was a relationship that slowly drifted apart because you could never quite say what you meant. Maybe it was a moment with someone you love where you wanted to express something deep and true and the words came out wrong and they misunderstood you completely and you never corrected it. These are not small losses. These accumulate. People who struggle to communicate effectively often spend years, sometimes decades, watching opportunities pass them by, watching relationships erode, feeling deeply misunderstood by the world. And the painful truth is that none of it had to happen. The gap between where they were and where they could have been was filled entirely with a skill they never took the time to develop. People who invest in developing their communication skills typically report changes within weeks, not months, weeks, because this is not complicated once someone shows you exactly what to do and gives you the right framework to practice with. The next technique is one of the most underused and most powerful tools in conversation. Questions. Not small talk questions, not surface level questions. Strategic, genuine, thoughtful questions that invite the other person to go deeper. When you ask someone a question that makes them think, when you ask something that shows you have actually been listening and that you genuinely want to understand their perspective, it does something profound to them emotionally. It makes them feel valued. And people who feel valued by you will follow you anywhere. The specific type of question that works best is the open invitation. Instead of yes or no questions, ask questions that begin with how, what, or tell me more about. These open doors, they expand conversations. They transform small talk into meaningful exchanges that people remember for years. There is also the power of emotional calibration. This means being aware of the emotional temperature of a conversation and adjusting accordingly. If someone is frustrated, matching their energy with calm creates safety. If someone is excited, meeting their enthusiasm with equal energy creates connection. Reading the room is not a talent some people are born with. It is a skill that can be systematically developed. The communicators who seem almost magnetic, who seem to effortlessly connect with everyone they meet, they have mastered this calibration. They are constantly reading, adjusting, responding. It looks like charisma. But underneath it is technique. Everything we have covered today, intentional listening, building bridges, controlling your body language and tone, asking powerful questions, emotional calibration, these are not soft skills. These are life skills. And every single one of them is learnable. The question is whether you are going to learn them or not. Most people reading this will move on to the next thing and nothing will change. Months from now, they will still be in the same frustrating conversations, still feeling misunderstood, still watching opportunities slip away. And that is an absolutely painful way to live when the solution is literally within reach. If you are not that person, if you are someone who actually wants to change the way you connect with the world, the related programs linked below in the video description go far deeper than anything we could cover here. They give you the step-by-step frameworks, the exact language, the real-world practice structures that turn all of this into automatic permanent behavior. Do not be the person who learns the theory and keeps living the same life. The link is right there. The decision is yours.